Gossip, gossip.
Steady gossip.
What's up, world? You're tuned into 423 FM. You already know we've got you covered with your daily dose of celebrity drama. Now let's get into it. Hey, what is up, you guys, and welcome back to the 423. So after all the drama yesterday with Joe Budden and his crew going on to Queen Radio, today's episode of the Joe Budden Podcast featured a guest appearance from Nicki Minaj. To be honest, I was going to do a video about the episode and what was said and all of that, but if we're keeping it real, it was a whole lot of yelling and just a lot of the same stuff that went down during Queen Radio. Nicki was going in on Rory for what she thought was him saying that she shouldn't defend herself, which he wasn't, and she's really sticking to her whole narrative that everyone is bullying her and they have this secret vendetta out for Nicki Minaj. But I'm sort of on the side of what Rory was saying in that I don't think she gets so much more hate than any other celebrity does, but I do think that her fans and her feed into it way more.
But
Do you take any accountability?
Love you guys. What?
Do you take any accountability in the forming of a Nicki hate train?
No.
Rory? Parks Mall?
No.
Anyone else in the room?
Every time I say something, I'm a barb.
No, you a barb.
How though?
Fam,
Because I didn't agree. Because I didn't agree.
I think
374,000 people tuned in.
That's
Clicked
great.
on us.
Nice. That's great.
374,000.
I think back to you talking about people on social media and how easily they're swayed with opinions that we can put out there. Back to the Nicki hate train. No, I don't think you started that, but I think addressing it adds to it.
And then when I don't address it, then people keep on believing lies about me.
I'm not saying
you
it's
sound
fair.
crazy.
Wait,
See, you see how that works?
Nick, you can't control what everybody thinks.
I'm explaining something. I'm not
you can
saying
say
it's
that
right or
when
wrong.
it's not you. If I go outside, what's your name?
Rory.
If I go outside in the street every single day and say, hey, just now I just saw Rory sticking a broom up someone's ass.
He does
hold
that.
on.
Yes.
Hold on.
That's a regular
Hold
day.
on.
That was his
Hold
initiation.
on. Listen to me. If every day I go outside and say I just saw Rory in the cafeteria sticking a broom up someone's ass,
maybe
and then I go on Queen Radio. Wait, hold on. And then I go on Queen Radio where there's millions of listeners, and I said, yo, you know that dude Rory, right? Why I just seen him stick a broom up a nigga ass in the cafeteria?
By the way, this is a wild example.
Hold on.
I'm listening.
I want to know something.
Okay.
Are you allowed to? Should you not defend that?
Nicki,
If you've never gotten a broom stuck up your ass, is my question.
Well, let's ask him that first. Let's check.
Let's ask him that
Let's
first.
address this first.
Yeah,
I have never had a broom.
Have you?
I have never had a broom stuck on my ass
but
or
if I go
stuck
on
it in
Queen
someone's
Radio
ass.
right now, but if I go on Queen Radio, guess what? Millions of people, whether they know you or not, will now know, and whether it's true or not, will say you have stuck a broom up a nigga's ass.
Great.
Is that okay?
It's not. But that's not
Should you
anything of
defend
the point
yourself? Yes,
of
it
what I'm
is the point.
saying.
The point is, you just told me I shouldn't defend myself.
I didn't say that at
So
all.
the next
I
Queen
never said
Radio.
that.
So let me tell you what I'm gonna do. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do. The next Queen Radio, I'm gonna start a lie about you. I'm gonna start a lie about you.
Yes! That's my favorite show.
It's not cool. It's not cool. It's not cool. Let me tell you something. You might laugh and say it's cool, but when it's a bunch of celebrities out here taking fucking drugs and committing suicide and killing themselves, it's not fucking cool. It's not fucking cool because you niggas think because it's not on you when the heat is not on you, of course it's cool. If you felt the heat, it would not be fucking cool, my nigga.
Nicki.
Anyway, it's interesting to hear her always talk about how much the media created this hate train against her because there's another rapper in the game who thinks and voices this very same thing every day, and that's Cardi B. It's funny that they're both always pitted against one another because they've really been running with this same idea that everyone's out to get them, which I personally don't think is true in either scenario or really for any celebrity, but they could choose to come together and bond over their hatred of blogs and media personalities, and instead they constantly add more fuel to the fire, and that's exactly what happened today. For a lot of the podcast episode, Nicki was discussing top 5 lists and her favorite rappers with everyone, and unsurprisingly, she had Lil Wayne and Jay-Z at the top, though Drake was noticeably absent from the entire discussion. But one thing that was interesting is her saying, I would feel so effing crazy if I had number ones and Grammys and ain't on nobody's top 50 list, which a lot of people are taking to be a shot at Cardi B.
I would feel so fucking crazy if I had number ones and Grammys and ain't on nobody's top 50 list.
Let me listen to that again. I would feel some type
That's a
of
bar
way
somewhere.
if I had number ones and Grammys and what. You don't, but you were on the top 50 list.
Hold on. I'm not talking about myself.
Oh.
And I'm
There's a shot.
Wait, let me do the math.
No. And hold on.
Let me shut up.
And hold on. Let me say this. And let me say this. Our whole we just sat here and spoke for an hour, and also I've seen stuff on the internet about this top 50 thing. Have not once seen anyone say, "Well, does he have a Grammy?" Yet, the Grammys have brainwashed us into thinking for years that the Grammys are about what? Talent.
Right.
Well,
So I'll leave that on that note.
Now, Cardi also took this to be a shot at her and went onto her Instagram page immediately to post a screenshot of sales from her debut album, Invasion of Privacy. She wrote in her caption, 1 year and some change later and my album is still selling. Only list I give a F about. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Now, beside the constant discussions about Cardi B not even writing her own music, I don't think people would even consider putting her on their top 5, top 50, top whatever lists because she's only been in the game for such a short time. I mean, people still hesitate to rank Kendrick on their list because they don't think he's done enough, and he's been in the game putting out impeccable albums for 7, 8 years. So while I don't think that even 10 or 15 years from now, if Cardi is still in the game, people would consider ranking her as a top rapper, it's definitely not fair to put her up to that standard so early in her career. With that being said, Nicki clearly feels a way about not having any number one songs or any Grammys, having been in the game so much longer than Cardi. And if she didn't feel a way, she wouldn't have brought it up. I mean, we all know how crazy she went about her album being number one when Travis Scott actually beat her. And for Cardi, it's the same thing. If the only list she cares about are the charts and she's as unbothered as she claims, then she would have just ignored the whole thing and not went on Instagram to defend herself. But the shots from Nicki clearly hit home for her. I really think Nicki and Cardi have way too much in common to be throwing shots like this when they're clearly in the same boat. But at the end of the day, it makes no sense to compare them because they're at two completely different places in their careers. But of course, I want to know what you guys think about this. Did you listen to the Joe Budden podcast today? And what did you think of what went down between Nicki and the whole podcast crew? Leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Subscribe to the 423 for more videos. And if you like this one, just give it a quick thumbs up. That is it for today. I will see you guys next time. Bye.